Hello and welcome to the News in Brief on Graphic Online. In the headlines, NCCE Chairperson Josephine Nkrumah steps down to take up ECOWAS job. NPP polling station officers facing problems with nomination forms. Medikal convicted for brandishing gun and fined 3,600 Ghana cedis. Kennedy Agyapong explains why he is furious about Adwoa Safo's absence in Parliament. And additional NIA registration centers record smooth registration process. And now the news in brief. The chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, Ms. Josephine Nkrumah, has tendered in her resignation to take up a new position as an ECOWAS ambassador to Liberia.
Ms. Nkrumah tendered the resignation to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo today. Receiving the letter, President Akufo-Addo congratulated Ms. Nkrumah and asked her to carry the flag of Ghana high. She commended President Akufo-Addo for his excellent leadership as ECOWAS chair and said she will count on his wise counsel. Prior to her elevation as chairperson, she was a deputy chairperson of the NCCE responsible for finance and administration.
The ruling New Patriotic Party at the weekend started its processes to elect new officers from the polling station level. The picking of the nomination forms has not been smooth, as it has been characterized by chaos and confusion in some constituencies. In some places, there has been an accusation of hoarding of nomination forms, with some aspirants receiving preferential treatment in the distribution of the forms. Armed police officers have had to come in to maintain order in some areas.
Menchia North and Mampong recorded some chaos over the distribution of the nomination forms. At Kwadaso in Kumasi, for instance, the executives were accused of allegedly conspiring to compile a new party album without resorting to due process. The angry party members reportedly chased the constituency chairman, Bonabwedi, to release the nomination forms. Meanwhile, presidential hopeful Alan Chermatin is said to have paid the nomination forms of all aspiring polling station executives across the country to help facilitate the ongoing polling station level elections. The National Executive has promised to solve all problems before the nominations are closed. These are some of the concerns expressed about the process.
The regional chairman has paid for 1,000 of the forms, and as it stands, we have about 2,000 and over forms here.
Even to us, there wouldn't be any election dimension of. That is what we are saying. It's not a threat, but we know what to do, whether we take it to court or anything.
Medi delegate 12 years in here. Who sa kwanya we be that.
The first time here, and one moment experience this fucking thing. And one more ya ni abre. Akufo-Addo ya strau.
Polling station executive kakra me be yellow. Any matter dey attitude yo. Form way.
In court today, musician Samuel Ejufrimpong, aka Medikal, was convicted for brandishing a gun in public and fined 3,600 Ghana cedis by an Accra Circuit Court. In default, Medikal will serve 9 months in prison.
The court was expected to rule on an application filed by Medikal's lawyer to order the police to release the Ruger 9mm pistol he brandished. However, when the case was called, the musician told the court he was changing his plea to guilty. The court subsequently convicted him and sentenced him accordingly.
The Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, has reiterated his concern about the long absence of the MP for Dome Kwabinya, Sarah Adwoa Safo, from Parliament. Mr. Agyapong says he is furious because he is at the receiving end of insults since he was part of the campaigners for her re-election in 2020. Speaking on GTV's Breakfast Show Monday, Mr. Agyapong described her absence as problematic.
A whole minister, a cabinet minister, now demanding that she should be made a deputy majority leader before he comes. He should go to hell.
Did she write
yes,
this?
She has requested that. Yes, she has requested that.
And what was the response?
I have 2 kids with her, and therefore I'll never speak the truth. I will speak the truth, even at gunpoint. I will speak the truth and die.
Is this something that could cost her her seat? Because some have suggested
yes.
that.
Of course,
once
if
she's
you don't come
returning,
to Parliament and you are on TikTok dancing, excuse me.
What's the exact law surrounding absences?
It's not for Apostle Adwoa Safo. Get it straight. And I'm very furious because people are insulting me. because I went there to campaign for him, for her.
In a final story, the National Identification Authority today opened additional registration points for issuing out Ghana cards. This is to help reduce the large number of people that have been thronging their offices to register. The registration points will close on March 31.
The new registration points are at the Accra Sports Stadium, Elwak Sports Stadium, which is a premium center, Kumasi Sports Stadium, the Ghana National Fire Service Regional Office in Cape Coast, and the Tamale Sports Stadium. Apart from the Elwak Sports Stadium, which is a premium center and attracts a fee, all other new temporal centers are free. A visit to some of the centers showed that the registration process was moving on smoothly.
News in Brief was brought to you by Graphic News Plus.
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Thank you for watching today's edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube at Graphic GH. I am Juliet Adwoa Safo.